When the counselor looked at me, she thought that the next thing that I was going to do was what like other people might do. That is to reject the baby and demand for a DNA. So for the first time that I saw my baby with albinism, it was not easy. It came to my mind that what will happen if I don't accept this baby? What will the mother go through if I disown the baby?
During our numerous climate change activities in various counties across the country, we normally get to hear of beautiful stories from persons with albinism as well as their caregivers. One such story is that of Eric Ochola, who is a first-time dad to a kid with albinism. In most recorded cases, when a couple gets a kid with albinism, the father normally elopes, leaving the mother to fend for the kid with albinism alone. But Ochola is changing this narrative. So here's the story of a father who fell in love with his kid with albinism at first sight.
My name is Eric Ochola and I'm a teacher. So for the first time that I saw my baby with albinism, it was not easy, but I made a decision on the spot because I was informed by one of the people who were in the hospital during delivery. So when she told me of the incidents, it came to my mind that what will happen if I don't accept this baby? What will the mother go through if I disown the baby? So those questions informed my decision to accept the boy. So after I confirmed that my baby was having albinism, I went online, I started Googling, I find more information. So the first thing that I noticed that it is genetic. So I called my dad and I informed him, and he told me that there is likely that his uncle, yes, has that condition. So it informed or it confirmed my earlier fears that it might have been a cause out of something else. For the 8 months, to me, for every challenge, it's always a learning point. So for the criticism, for the negative aspect, or what people think, I always try to configure the positive side of it, because I realized that if I focus on the negative, I may hurt the boy. So for every criticism, any negativity, I look at the positive side of it, because he's my boy, he's my blood, and therefore I don't have any other option except to accept him. When I first met the midwife said, I have never come across, or I've never delivered a mother with a child who is having albinism. So it came to me because the way she was saying it, she was also not like accepting that such a thing can happen. So I realized that there were more odds against the boy, because if the person who I thought had knowledge about albinism was also to some extent doubting, so I was the one now to take the responsibility of accepting this boy. Second, even the environment in terms of the workers there, you know, the information spread in the whole of the hospital, and the workers from the guards to the receptionists, everybody, it's like they were waiting for me to see what I'll say. Because I remember when a counselor was called, and she came in and first talked to my wife, then later on called me. But later on, after she left, my wife told me that the counselor was purporting that because when the counselor looked at me, she thought that the next thing that I was going to do was what like other people might do, that is to reject the baby and demand for a DNA. And so when I heard of what she had said, I said that for me, if you have never been unfaithful, and for you, you have confessed that you have never been unfaithful to me, then this baby is mine. And even if it is not true, that if the baby is not mine, then it is fatherhood. Fatherhood is not a must that the child be your biological son. Because I was looking at, my wife has just come from labor pain. She had gone through a lot. That experience of pain for around 3 to 4 hours. Then again, I give her another pain of rejection. It would have been a different case. So in the hospital environment, I did not find it welcoming. So if it is in terms of awareness, I think it should start with the hospital so that they know that anything can happen. And every child is a child. They must be accepted. Also, when you go back to the community where I live, for the first, I remember women coming to greet my wife, and also to welcome. It's like a way of welcoming the newborn. Some of them were asking her questions. What did you do? Yes. What did you do wrong that made you to get such kind of a baby? But the goodness is that she had also accepted, and therefore it did not bother her. I realized that having such kind of a baby, you have to stand strong. If you don't, then the negative comments of the people may bring you down. Also, apart from those whom we live with, I remember my close family members, especially my dad. When I told him about the boy, he reminded me that there is his uncle who is also suffering from the same. And for him, he was very happy. He was very happy because it was like if his uncle was the one who was having that condition, and it took long before another baby was born with that condition. So to him, it was like the lineage was getting lost, and therefore giving birth to this kind of a baby, it was like continuing with the lineage. So that was his explanation. But to me, he accepted the boy, and he was proud of him. Even when I took him home, he always wanted to be with him. Yes, because he feels the baby is part of the family. I realized, well, first I came to the realization that I have to defend the boy. The boy cannot defend himself. And therefore, I had to defend the boy, because people would come and call him maybe a name like Mzungu. You know, when you let people to attach any identity to the boy or to your son, they may lose their self-esteem. And therefore, from the start, even if the boy still doesn't recognize whom he is by now, I took it as a personal responsibility to ensure that other people respect the boy and they call him only the name that I gave him. Also, because where I live is extremely hot, the boy is he's putting on protective clothes. If it is for the shirts, they are long sleeved. If it is for the trousers, they're also long enough to protect him from the sun. Albinism is just a genetic condition, and I would urge all men to accept that that is their blood, that is their son or that is their girl. Being a parent is a responsibility, and therefore, if you don't accept the responsibility of taking care of your boy, you are neglecting your most fundamental right or responsibility, I mean. So each and every parent, they must stand with their sons, with their daughters, so that one day their sons and daughters may give a testimony that were it not for my parents, I would have not been where I am today. There is this famous motto from the Liverpool. I've just been reminded of it today, that you will never walk alone. I'll be with you all the days of your life. That is for my son.
I don't know about you, but that is such a beautiful and touching story from Ochola. And if you have loved this video, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you on our next video.